Hey, good morning, guys. In this video, we're gonna scan through all the majors and let's see what's going on over there in multi-time frame perspective. Starting from the Dixie, Dixie tried to make a new higher high, but we're getting some good rejections from this level. We have still like 9 days left for the monthly candle to close. The weekly time frame, the last weekly candle was bearish. I was expecting a little more high. The last weekly bias was bullish, like the previous weekly high was not cleared, but we're currently stuck inside this range, the previous weekly range. This is the last break of structure that I can spot towards upside, and if we drop off Fibonacci on this impulsive move towards upside, 38.2 is lining up at around this level. So it's possible that we are gonna uh, correct back a little lower downside at around this lows, this previous weekly lows first, and then we will start moving towards upside. So let's see what's going on in Euro USD. In Euro USD, this is the last breakout structure in monthly time frame. If we just drop into the weekly time frame, this is the last breakout structure I can spot. And just vice versa, like Dixie, if we drop off Fibonacci on this impulsive move, the 38.2 is lining up around this level, which is perfectly lining up with this fair value gap and this buy side liquidity, the previous this weekly high. And the previous weekly candle is also a bullish one, so it's possible that the next week we will open, trade back a little lower, and start moving towards upside to clear this high. In daily time frame, the last daily candle was an insider bar, so it's possible that on the next few days we are going to open, trade back a little lower to clear this lows first, and then we will see some good rejections towards upside to clear this highs. So that's my views on Euro USD. I'm going to set my alert. This is actually a good zone where we can actually look for longs, but if we just refine it in 1 hour, then this is the last drop downside before the move upside. So I'm gonna overall monitor price action inside these two areas. And if I find some good rejection from this in 4 hour, in that case, I will start planning for longs and target towards this high. Let's see what's going on in GBP USD. And starting from the monthly time frame, this is the last monthly breakout structure I can spot. Okay, currently we are into overall bullish environment in monthly time frame. In weekly time frame, the things we're into a bearish out range right now. This is the last breakout structure I can spot. We're currently trading above 50 EMA still, like we closed below and again corrected back higher 50 EMA. So it's possible that we're gonna see some upside thrust first before we clear this lows. But at the same time, a continuation towards downside is also possible. If we drop off Fibonacci on this last impulsive move, we're already rejecting from 38.2 around this kind of levels. So this is giving me a contradictory vibe. Like Euro USD, I'm looking for longs, but in GBUSD, it looks like we can go lower and clear this low. Let's see what's going on in daily time frame. In daily time frame, this looks like this area is playing out. This zone is playing out. We can see on the next day, on the Monday, we can see a trade and clearance trade below this low. We can see a clearance below the previous day's low. So what I'm gonna wait for, what I'm gonna look for, I'm actually my bias is kind of short here. I'm looking for shorts. I'm gonna wait for a little upside correction and then start moving toward. I'm gonna start looking for shorts and target towards this low. It's a kind of contradictory vibe. It's giving me a contradictory and confusing vibe overall. In 4 hours, this is the last breakout structure I can spot. If we just refine this zone here, okay. So what's my plan here? I'm gonna wait for price to come here. If I find any good rejection towards upside, in that case, I will plan for longs. But I'm not gonna plan for any short for now because there is nothing clean in terms of short. Uh, okay, I'm gonna keep this in my watch list. Let's see how it unfolds. This is not looking like a good high probability setup to me, so I'm just keeping it. AUD USD, we're just stuck inside a range right now. From this to this, we corrected back all the way towards optimal trade entry. We created a new high, so this is the new structure right now. And it's possible that we're gonna create a new higher high And at the same time, if we just look at the monthly time frame, this is the last monthly breakout structure I can spot. We already cleared a very significant high, and right now we are correcting back lower. If we drop off Fibonacci on this impulsive move, it's possible that we're gonna drop below this low, this previous monthly low. We still have 9 days left for the monthly candle to close, and it looks like we're gonna close like this. We're gonna close like a with a bearish candle. If we close with a bearish candle, in that case, on the next month we can target towards this low, and this low is perfectly lining up with this fair value gap and this previous monthly low. So definitely a good. If we see some good rejection towards downside, good shift towards downside, in that case, it will be definitely a good setup towards downside. In weekly time frame, the last weekly candle, it just opened and trade back higher and closed the great rejection downside. It's possible that we're gonna open the next candle, correct back a little higher, and then start moving towards downside. In daily time frame, we are already in the move. If we just consider the close of this lows, in that case we are getting a bearish breakout structure here, and we are dropping from around this kind of zones. If we just define it, it is somewhere around here. So it's possible that we're going to see some continuation towards downside in AUD USD, but honestly I'm not interested in taking counter trend setups right now, because the overall trend is strongly bullish. I really want to see some good shifts, but right now we are just stuck inside a range here. So there is nothing clean. I'm gonna wait for more price action to unfold in AUD USD. I'm gonna target for, if I find any good bearish structure in 4 hour. In that case, I will be targeting towards this low. Let's see what's going on in NZD USD. In NZD USD, this is the last breakout structure that I can spot. We're just stuck inside this range right now. We are just, it's like a VCP volume contraction pattern. We're just getting into a tight and tight range right now. The overall trend is bearish in monthly. The weekly time frame, um, this looks like a really good area where price is trying to reject, but overall monthly time frame is bearish. So it's possible that we're gonna trade below this low and then get some good high quality setups towards downside. In weekly time frame, we're currently into a bullish in range. In monthly, we are into a bearish in range. In daily time frame, oh, this level is playing out pretty good. I have to refine this in this is the last breakout structure towards downside in daily time frame. Let's see if we can refine this move. Yep, this is the last upside move before the drop. So there is still room for price to reach this kind of level. So what I'm gonna wait for, we also have a clean breakout structure towards upside in 4 hour. Things are giving me contradictory vibe, like AUD USD I'm looking for shorts, and here it's giving me some bullish kind of vibe. It's possible that we're gonna see some, if I find any good rejection from this level, in that case I'm gonna look for longs here. If I find any good closure above this zone, in that case I'm gonna start looking for longs and target towards this high, or at least this high. Let's see if we can refine this zone a little. Nope, this is the last down move before the upside thrust. So I'm gonna wait for a 4 hour candle closure outside this zone, and then I'm gonna target for higher prices. Okay, that's my views on NZD USD. Let's see what's going on USD CAD. Monthly time frame, we are overall bearish. This is the last breakout structure towards downside, but at the same time, this is not a strong breakout structure because we failed to close below this level. We are strong. We're currently trading above 50 EMA, so it's also giving me a bullish vibe. In weekly time frame, this is the last breakout structure towards downside. This high is still not cleared, and I was expecting this weekly candle to clear this high, but we're still inside this range. So it's possible that we're on the next week we're going to open and trade back higher, but I don't think we're going to get any setup towards this high. because we are already very near to this level. In daily time frame, this is the last break of structure I can spot. Let's see what's going on in 4 hour. Okay, in 4 hour, I'm gonna wait for price to come at around this level, and if I find any strong rejection from this, in that case, I will plan for a long. If I get 1:3 export ratio, let's see if this zone is refined or not. Yep, this is the last drop before the upside move. So this looks like a pretty good zone, even though this is not a strong one because the move was corrective. Still, I'm gonna keep this in my watch list. Let's see how it unfolds. I'm gonna set my alert over here. Let's see what's going on in USD CHF. In USD CHF, I was planning for longs, but the environment is pretty much bearish right now. In monthly time frame, this is the last break of structure towards downside. We are currently into a bearish in range. We are into a very significant all-time low levels in USD CHF. So it's possible that we're going to see some deeper correction, like upside after this drop. And in weekly time frame, we are completely bearish. There is no sign of bullishness here. Uh, Price is dropping from this kind of zone. This is the last break of structure that I can spot. Okay, let's see what's going on in daily time frame. Okay, if we just refine this in daily time frame, then this looks like the last upside move before the drop. We can consider this one too, but I'm just gonna go with this one for now. I can see a buy side liquidity over there. Uh, okay, it's still possible that we're gonna see another leg upside for USD CHF before the drop start. Uh, so the daily candle, the last daily candle cleared the previous daily low and closed above. We are currently trading above 50 MA. It's possible that we're going to see some deeper correction towards 50 MA and then start moving towards upside. Let's see. I'm gonna wait for a little more price action to unfold here. So there are many possible moves in USD CHF right now. These are the two possible moves in USD CHF for now. Okay, let's see what's going on in USD JPY. In USD JPY, we are very near to this all-time highs. Is it? Is it the? It is. Yeah, it is the all-time high for USD CHF, USD JPY. Okay, I'm gonna target for this highs. This monthly candle is gonna close very strongly bullish. We still have 9 days left for the monthly candle to close. In weekly time frame, the last weekly candle corrected back all the way lower and then strongly reject. We are rejecting towards upside from this kind of flip level. It's possible that on the next week we are going to open trade back a little lower and start moving towards upside in daily time frame. Um, in my last Sunday setup, I covered this zone. This zone is playing out very beautiful. What I'm gonna plan for, I'm gonna plan for on correction back lower and then another new high. In 4 hour, there is no clean structure where I can actually look for long. But still, this looks like we can get impulse correction, impulse setup here. There is nothing clean, but what I'm generally just waiting for, I'm waiting for a corrective phase downside, then upside move in USD JPY. In gold, it's clearly melting towards downside. We are very near to this lows. It's highly possible that we're going to clear this next week, and this one too. Let's mark this out. What's going on in monthly time frame? In monthly time frame, we're clearly strongly ejecting from this low highs, this all-time highs. It's possible that we're going to see some more continuation downside in gold in weekly time frame. Yeah, we can target towards this lows. In daily time frame, there is nothing clean. I'm gonna wait for a. There is nothing clean in gold. I'm gonna wait for a deeper correction upside before we start looking for shorts again. But like there are many possible scenarios. Like it's also possible after a corrective phase up, price completely change the trend and start moving towards upside again to clear this all-time high. There is nothing clean in gold right now. I'm again skipping this for another week. I'm not gonna cover the minors in this session. Last Friday I took two trades. These are the two trades that I took last Friday, and they both played out pretty well. So I was traveling, so I failed to share the setups in my trading view. Okay, guys. So there is nothing clean. Overall, we are looking for longs in euro. Geo is looking a little confusing. I'm skipping AUD USD and ZD USD. I'm looking for a longs if price manage to close above this high. USD CAD, I'm gonna wait for a little corrective phase downside and then correction back higher. USD CHF, I'm gonna look for longs if I find any good rejection from this kind of levels. USD JPY, I'm looking for longs after a correction back lower. So yeah, that's my views on the majors. Let's see how it unfolds on the next week. Best of luck. See you soon on the next session, guys. Have a great day.